Nick, as I stand here about to share the promises I'm making to you, I think about every single day that came before and brought us here today. I tried to recall the first time I felt that you were the person I meant to spend the rest of my life with, and there are so many instances I could go back to. Making chicken Alfredo together in the 1837 Anderson house, movie night splitting a bottle of 19 Crimes, or any number of the little moments that you put extra thought into and turned into memories. Today, I can only hope to convey the joy that I have about all of these moments culminating in this exchange of vows. Being with you these past 6 years has taught me so much about myself and what it means to be a partner. There are things you have shown me about myself that no one else has been able to bring out. You make me the best version of me. Your partnership has taught me that being with someone is about celebrating the highs and leaning on each other for support in the lows. It's about continually prioritizing honesty and compassion to create building blocks for a home full of trust and love that we can both walk into at the end of the day and shed our worries. I have loved every moment of being your partner, your friend, and your person. Today, I get to begin the adventure of being your wife. You are compassionate, driven, thoughtful, and everything I need in a partner. In honor of all that you are, I promise to be your best friend, your biggest supporter, and the first person to celebrate you. I promise to hold you tight on the good days and even tighter on the bad ones. I promise to always be somewhere you can find support, comfort, and encouragement. I promise to make honesty and authenticity a priority so our relationship always has a strong foundation to flourish. As I make these promises to you, I do so knowing it's the greatest privilege that I get to be the person who fulfills them. I promise to always bear in mind the importance of the words I say today. I love you more today than all the days that have come before, and I promise to nurture and grow that love for the rest of my life.
We started our union in a way that many beautiful relationships begin in Manhattan, Kansas, with Nancy's and raspberry bean dip at Taco Lucha. It has been nearly 6 years since that day, and my life has only improved and dramatically since. I was walking through exercises in my head to help me write this. One of them was asking myself what the first word is that comes to mind when I think about characteristics of our relationship. Without hesitation, it was support. It is probably not a shock that qualities of spontaneity, hyperactivity, and general goofiness run rampant in the Crippen family. It has been a source of overwhelming joy to myself and now our family that I have found someone that not only anchors me to reality, but allows me to relax, grow, and improve while never shying away from what makes me truly myself. Another word I thought of was laughter. You are sneakily one of the funniest people I've ever met. We make each other laugh when we're mad, even when we are sitting on the side of the road, waiting for a leaking engine to cool down enough to pour oil in it. We end up laughing about something. The evolution of our senses of humor into a mashup of each other's is a never-ending source of entertainment. I could go on forever, but the last one I'll talk about now is family. We both have very close relationships with our families that have shaped the kind of people that we are and how we interact with each other. Over the years we've spent together, it has been an honor to be a part of your life and to get to know and love your family. I could not be happier that we get to spend the rest of our lives together. Angela, you are the person that I have the most fun with, even while doing the simplest or most mundane tasks. You keep me grounded, happy, and driven. You are the person that I want to grow old with. I promise to provide you with the same constant and unyielding support that you give me. I promise to always care for you, first home to nursing home. I promise to continue making you laugh and to keep our relationship fun. I promise to never stop loving you, always believe in you, and that I will always stay proud of you. I will be there for you forever.
Nick, as you place this ring on Angela's finger, I now ask you Do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? Do you promise God, Angela, and all of us here that from this point forward, your arms may be her shelter and your heart may be her guide? Do you promise to support her and nourish her and to love and respect and honor her for the rest of your days on earth?
I do.
And as you place this ring on Nick's finger, I now ask you, do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? Do you promise God, Nick, and all of us here that from this point forward, your arms may be his shelter and your heart may be his guide? Do you promise to support him and nourish him, to love, respect, and honor him for the rest of your days on earth?
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my highest privilege and honor to present to all of you for the very first time, Nicholas and Angela Crippen.
Hi, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Grace. I'm a long-term friend of sweet Angela. We met at the beginning of 7th grade, which is the perfect time to make lifelong friendships because you are at your most weirdest and most authentic during these times. Angela unfortunately got to bear the brunt of my weirdness, including but not limiting to friending her entire Facebook friend list so we could be closer. Many of you I am meeting for the first time today. I'm Grace, the weird 12-year-old that friended you on Facebook, constantly spamming all her posts with likes and comments and forcing her to be my wife on Facebook. Nick, you're welcome. I didn't make it official. You're welcome. But that also means that Angela got to see me through our most formative years. The glue that held us together in those first couple years was a mutual love for scary movies. We spent countless nights curled up on the couch, our eyes glued to the screen as we watched our movies. Angela never cared how scary or bad or weird or dumb the movie was. She always sat with me and laughed at the dumb stuff or held my hand during the scary scenes. She made a lot of things seem way less scary than they were, including high school, which we were lucky enough to go into together. Our mutual love of scary movies extended to a mutual love of live music. We have our wonderful moms to thank for always driving us to Lawrence or Kansas City to see whatever small band we were obsessed with at the time. Whether it was Walk the Moon, Magic Man, Saint Motel, or anyone else, Angela and I would go together and dance and sing and yell, and sometimes even stay after and get to meet these bands. I would make Angela sit at the Sonic parking lot for hours playing a music game that Angela always won. It's crazy to think about how much Angela is intertwined with all of my favorite songs. One of the first things that I learned about Nick was that he was learning French words, or at least Googling French phrases, to be able to compliment Angela in the language she was minoring in college. The first night I spent at their house with them, he turned music on before he even said hello, and I knew that Angela had found someone who loved music as much as her. These are just a couple of the small ways that I've watched Nick over the years go above and beyond to love Angela. Nick has always made sure to do the little things for her and has always led their relationship with love and kindness. I see this quote everywhere, and I can't think of a better way to summarize how I feel about Angela and Nick and their relationship. So to Nick, I hope you enjoy getting to grow old with Angela as much as I enjoyed getting to grow up with her. Cheers!
What an honor it is to be standing here today, Nick. Nick's best man at that. I think when you're the older brother, you sort of imagine moments like this. But let's be honest, you don't always think you're going to be selected. And then you always worry about embarrassing yourself at the wedding at least once before the reception starts. But I'll do that right now. Nick and I are 7 years apart. So growing up, we didn't exactly have the typical brother bond. You're inseparable, get into all sorts of trouble together. I was just a rebellious teenager while he was still in grade school watching me get into trouble. We went on a family trip to Italy, and for the first time we connected as lifelong friends over drinks, of course. And as most good friendships do, we found common ground as men with crude jokes, movie quotes, and of course, deep philosophical conversation. As one does when you're in Italy, staring at the scenery, I couldn't help but think, I should have gotten drunk with my brother a lot sooner. Growing up, I tried to share wisdom with Nick, droppings of advice, whenever I could. If I went through a tough time, I wanted to help him avoid it. Did he ever listen to me? No. not really. At least, not until that one bougie day at Bass Pro Shop with our buddy John Nee. It was one of those classic dude outings. Endless fried shrimp baskets, followed by time at the gun range. You know, the real man stuff Nick and I are known for. After chatting about an old girlfriend situation Nick was going through, that's all I'm gonna say about it. In a couple of other life events, John asked Nick, "How often has your brother been right?" To which Nick finally at long last admitted, "Almost every time." It was a small win for me, but then Nick followed it up with, "Sometimes I just have to make my own mistakes," which I had to respect. Fair enough. Now I'll admit, that frustrated me a little bit, but in hindsight, he was right. Sometimes you do have to make your own mistakes. And that's what shaped him into the man he is today. Even though he might not always take my advice, there was one piece I gave him that stuck. Find a relationship that feels effortless. Someone who you can easily trust, who makes the quiet moments comfortable, and who you can argue with in a way that leads to growth, not endless fried shrimp and firearms. Also, one that tolerates our dick and fart jokes. And, and that's what Nick found with Angela. But all jokes aside, I couldn't be prouder to call Nick my brother, and today I'm even prouder to welcome Angela into our family. So let's raise our glasses to Nick and Angela, a couple who shows us that love can be effortless, and that true partnerships means growing together, laughing together, and yes, sometimes dealing with the pain in the ass brother-in-law. Here's to Nick and Angela losing their virginity tonight.
It's so much fun having so many cool people in here tonight. I just want to say thank you so much for spending a Saturday with us. We couldn't be happier to have you.